Hey, my brothers and sisters, your boy Zatchul, and welcome back to some more Wuthering Waves. So, the live stream of last night, I tried to stay up and watch it. I fell asleep, just gonna be honest with you. But we have it here, and we looked through it. We looked through everything, honestly. And we're just gonna go through everything, tell you the important stuff, and just give our opinions about how the update is looking. Alright? Alright, so let's just hop on into it. Obviously, we're gonna put up the codes first, because that's like the most important thing for everybody, because they want free pulls. But then we're going to continue from there. Now, with this update of 2.5, we will be having a new story quest, a main story quest that will focus around Phrolova, Rover, and Fenrico. So essentially, it's just the Fractures, Order, and Black Shores all going up against it. I say Black Shores for us because that's, our place. So that's how that works. But yeah, we seem to be traveling alongside Phrolova simply because it seems though she's just curious of the situation. She took that little gem that has the residual energy of the Ethernodian and seemed to have given it to Fenrico, because how else could he have gotten it other than from her? And she just wants to see what happens. She just wants to see a human trying to attain divinity versus Rover, who actually is essentially a divine being. That's what it seems like, and that's why she's here with us. She's just simply interested. She's a crazy woman who likes to experiment. We saw this in Septimount, and we're seeing it again now. As to why we are actually traveling with her, she could have lied to us in some capacity just to get to travel with us to see firsthand how things will transpire. But as far as us being friends and all that other stuff, that does not seem to be the case. We seem to be very much on edge around her. Now, when it comes to the characters we are getting in this update, first and foremost, we are getting Phrolova herself. A quick overview of what she is. It seems to be like a character who does not get their ultimate unless certain conditions are met, so it doesn't build up. So she works with the new set that we'll talk about later. She is a rectifier, and she uses Haket to attack the enemy. When she attacks, she uses elegant movements while using the Ligger's wand to construct a symphony that Haket dances to attack the enemy. And her ultimate essentially puts her up in the air, and it plays back the forte bar you have built up, because you need the forte built up to use your ultimate, but it plays back the forte melodies you have built up to attack the enemy. If Haket is attacked, Phrolova will take damage, but Phrolova herself cannot be attacked. If you switch out while her ultimate is going, then Haket/Phrolova becomes invulnerable to damage, and you can fight the enemy while Haket attacks using the forte gauge that was built up by Phrolova. So pretty straightforward. It seems like she does more so echo skill damage from how it looks, because it seems though Haket is doing all the attacks, but we have to wait to check the releases to know that. When it comes to farming her materials, you can actually not farm the stuff to upgrade her because it's from the new area, but you can farm the rectifier stuff to upgrade her skills, so keep that in mind. Apart from that, the other characters that will be releasing in the same time span will be Rosia, and both characters come with their respective weapons. And after both of Phrolova's and Rosia's banners go away, we actually will be getting Brant's rerun and Cantarella's. So those are all the characters that will be coming in the version of 2.5. If any of them pique your interest, go for them. Next up, we have a new event called the Overture, which is pretty much a prelude for the future stories to come. In this case, it seems to be Augusta's prelude for a future story. This is good to see that we actually get something in-game instead of just simply outside of the game in terms of videos and whatnot on respective platforms. It's just nice to have something in-game, since people were complaining about there not being preludes, even though there essentially was with the videos. But now there's something in-game that deals with, say, a character's story. So now moving forward with the new area, Fabricatorium of the Deep, we actually are getting new gameplay mechanics. One being the Orchestra Altar, which is pretty much a little puzzle using music. We have to move the note to the right place to then move forward. You have the Crimson Baton, which can alter the state of objects through orchestrating. And in combat, after hitting the enemies a certain number of times, that can actually be used as a finishing blow kind of thing. So that's interesting. We also do have more movement coming. So there is a part of the story where we will be swimming and we're rail grinding. We will also be seeing some new enemies, those being the Abyssal Gunmaster and the Fracticis Inspector, which seem to be a combination of, well, the Fracticis and the Thernodian's power. So they're getting closer to their ideals of, well, mixing those two things together, mankind and tacit discords. So I guess they're going the way they want. We are also seeing Fenrico as an enemy, because he'll be a boss who will also give us another reverberation that we'll get to use, similar to Fleur de Lises. So exactly what that will do, we'll have to wait and see in terms of like the effect. But as far as what the attack itself is, it looks like a hand is coming down and crushing the enemy. Apart from that, we're just getting a lot of new Nightmare Echoes. Alongside these Nightmare Echoes, we're actually getting a new Sonata set, which is Dream of the Lost. And this set is actually special because it's actually a 3-piece set only. The effect is holding 0 resonance energy increases crit rate by 20% and grants 35% echo skill damage bonus. So this is the reason why I believe she does do echo skill damage, simply because of the set, but also the whole ultimate thing. Yeah, it says at 0, and as we saw in the live stream when she was attacking the enemy, she actually didn't build up no ultimate energy. It wasn't until after she built up her forte, unleashed it, was she able to use her actual ultimate. So I guess she'll have the free 20% at all times until she activates her ult. Next up, in terms of the events, we have a leisure event, so don't expect to do too much, but it is Phantasm Dreamland, and pretty much Phrolova becomes the manager of a Echo Dreamland. I honestly don't care too much about the event itself in terms of like how you play it. I do, however, like the rewards. The sigil is fire, and the fact that we get a Phantom Nightmare Echo is also very nice. But in terms of everything else about that event, I don't care too much about it, if I'm being completely honest. We are also getting an event for the Overflow Picture Book, which is pretty much just the color matching little mini game that we have. So I'm fine with that because I actually like that game mode a lot. And then lastly, they are adding 2 more stories to the Dreaming Deep mode. So yeah, I have a lot of catching up to do on that event because as of right now, I just can't play it. It's way too slow and everything else. It's more of a chore to do that event than anything else. There are actually implementing a lot of quality of life for this event to make it a lot better. They're streamlining a lot of things, such as allowing you to move faster, making the UI and everything just look better. You actually can fast complete stages now if your level is 15 or more than the required level amount. So they're doing a lot in this mode to make it just a lot better, more streamlined and fluid. And I'm happy because it was just so long before. And I don't mean long from reading, I mean long to just do everything. Just Rover walking around the map just was annoying me enough. I was like, you know what, I'm good. I can't even walk fast. You know what, I'll wait until we get some quality of life, because I knew it was going to happen eventually because everybody was complaining about it. Again, nobody really, I can't say nobody, but a majority of people really didn't complain about the actual content that was there in terms of like the story being told and everything else. It was more so the playing of the mode was the biggest issue, how slow it was. But yes, they are giving quality of life to it, so thank God. And lastly, a speed run of all just the remaining quality of life stuff. The team caps have been increased from 5 to 10. Auto-tuning on leveling echoes is now a thing, so you can just do it all in one go. You will now have 25 configurations for locking and discarding echoes when you are discarding them in the databank. There will be a new tab for navigation to all the Nightmare Echo spots, including the new daily limited free Nightmare Echoes for the new 3-piece set. And lastly, you are able to enable or disable skill music effects for characters' ultimates. So that would be Chacona and Phrolova, because they showed it with Phrolova, so that means her ultimate actually does play music as well. But that is everything. I will say I still hope / wish they at some point will allow us to just reroll echo stats in general, because still, man, building echoes is still the hardest thing ever. And I mean, hardest than you just gotta get lucky, because that's all it comes down to. It's just RNG rolling, and just something to help that be a little bit easier. Just, you know, the ability to re-roll the stats would just be nice. We can now finally pick the main stat, but re-rolling stats would just be a nice cherry on top of the cake, you know, or on top of the ice cream, whatever you're saying for that one is. Anyways, this is everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, that good stuff. I will see you in the next one. I'm going to a Rib Fest, so you might see another video later on today after I get back, just because you might not. I mean, Rib Fest is Rib Fest, you know. Love you guys, and bye-bye.